Guys, for all of you, this show today is actually brought to you by Eau de DeLorean, vintage 85. It is a musk and cologne for men who desire to show their chest hairs, gold chains, and drive away from the past and into the future.
Well, that's not fair, though, right? Because it's more... Okay, yeah, we need to work on a stereotype for... Okay. Who are the fanboys that are going to be into the new DeLorean? Is it just going to be like a bunch of Back to the Future fanboys? Are we going to go new car? Because this was an Italian designer that did it, right?
Yeah, I'd be looking for the guys with the white rings around their nose, man. They're the ones buying this thing.
What?
Blow.
Oh, John, I'm sorry. There,
Yeah.
I missed
You
your...
didn't get that? Did it go right over your head?
Yeah, first time, man. So while we've broached the topic of DeLorean, this is weird. This is interesting.
Well, it's their year for the taking.
It's odd. Yeah, that's an interesting way to look at it too.
Well, everybody else is sitting around, procrastinating about when they're going to put cars out, and it seems like these guys are just going to seize the opportunity and get something out there. So tell us the news, Keith. What you're excited? I know you're excited. Oh, which by the way, I signed up for the early reveal. Did you know you could do that?
I didn't. Well, I do now.
Well, now you do. Go to DeLorean.com and you can sign up for a early reveal. So just do that.
All right, here we go.
Yes, I'm ready.
So, man, I've got more questions though.
Yeah.
So, note to self: I got to get on that early list. So, DeLorean has announced on their social media platform,
right?
Okay, Twitter being. See, Jay, I mean, Twitter's been in the news lately for other reasons, but yeah. I like Twitter to get information like this because you can get it straight from the horse's mouth, as we've said before. You can go to General Motors, you can go to Ford, you can go to Rivian. I mean, whoever you're following, Tesla, whatever, they'll tweet you information, and you're going to have it as soon as the media gets it.
Yeah, it's an unfiltered piece of news that you're going to get, and it's typically truthful. If not, you'll get another tweet afterwards to say it wasn't or whatever.
So, it wasn't. I see what you did there. So DeLorean has said, in everybody, in less than 30 days, they're going to give us a full look.
Yeah.
At their new DeLorean EV.
Yeah.
Now, let me just get your opinion on this.
Sure.
So
I'm ready.
It doesn't mean necessarily that you're going to be able to buy it sooner, right?
That is correct. I didn't find anything that said that was going to be happening, but that they are revealing this on the 31st of May.
And initially it was supposed to be in Pebble Beach, and it was like September something. Okay,
right. So
they've pushed it up 3 months. Almost 4 months. Now, we pointed out on this program, there was a huge gaffe there because they should have released it on October 26th, which is the famous Back to the Future day, right? So, why would they do this, Jay? Why would they bump up their full revealing? Because we've seen like rear corner profile of it. We've seen the entire rear end now in shadows.
Well, I personally think that the market is ripe for this, and they're going to take advantage of it. I think they need to get it out there. There's a lot of anticipation. Of course, Keith, you've repeated a number of times on this podcast about how much peer pressure in this industry dictates what we see down the road and or changes that may need to come. This is one of those where a lot of the followers of the DeLorean Motor Company, and by the way, you guys can go over there to it's DeLorean.com is basically all it is. It's pretty easy. And actually the site is quite simple. There's not a whole lot to look at right now, but it will come. But they
have updated it, by the way.
They have.
remember I made fun of them for using like a low res.
Yeah, you did.
Right.
But what we're seeing now, a lot of the information you're seeing, that you see the homage being paid to the original DMC-12, and I think that was their whole goal, was to give it, a little bit of love. But I think with the gull wing doors being shown for sure, the light bar, tail light bar across the back, and then the louvers on the back glass back there indicate that, it's definitely gonna give some love to the old DMC-12. But we've still yet to see any side profile, any front stance or anything like that. So we really, really just don't know exactly what it's going to look like, other than what we've seen in those market teasers. Now, one thing that I think is pushing this is that they had mentioned that they were supposed to be revealing a number of several DeLorean versions, and it says we don't know if we'll see one or several DeLorean models simultaneously debut, but in early April, the company confirmed that it'd reveal several DeLorean versions based on decades 90, 2000, and 2010 before revealing the 2023 DeLorean. So with that said, they may be running out of time to get some things into production, so they want to get the interest fired up a little bit more so they can start getting these orders. Trust me, money changes the course of everything. If you have the money, the capital to go forward with production, that's a plus, and I think they're trying to drive some of that interest and drive some sales potentially online. And again, I don't have anything to indicate that you can buy it online yet, but I think it's going to be happening pretty soon. They're going to take reservations.
So this is going to be a proverbial fork in the road, right? So
sure.
You've got, if we look at the most recent kind of big, high-profile auto manufacturers that are EV manufacturers that have done this, you have kind of two models here. You have the way that Elon Musk has done it, and you have, well, I would even put RJ Scaringe in that same basket, where they both came out and announced, here's what we're going to make, and then 3 to 5 years later, and in some cases longer, you get the actual vehicle, like it reaches production status, right?
Like the Cybertruck, like the Roadster, right? Yeah.
And then you go with the traditional manufacturers like Ford and GM who go, okay, here's what we're gonna do, and it comes to market like the Mustang, in what was that? It wasn't even a year, and you could get it, right?
I think so. I think it's about right. They
the
did
EV,
well.
Yeah,
they did really well with that. Yeah. Marketed
and
it
GM's,
well.
A little bit longer, but not 3 years, right?
Keep in mind, though, Keith, that all started going down well before COVID really hit. So they had a lot of things lined up strategically throughout that whole process. So I think that they already had things spoken for in production, so they could get away with getting that out there pretty quickly. But obviously things have changed since then, and demand is about the same for vehicles out there right now. It's just the supply is really down right now for a number of reasons.
Well, and that could feed into your whole argument of, hey, somebody's got to take the wheel here, no pun intended. Like, the market is ripe for someone. And look, DeLorean's not going to have the pockets that a Ford or GM are going to have for R&D. They're going to have to, and you mark my words here, everybody, at some point, they're going to have more cash infusions once they get closer to production. I just don't see a way around that. I mean, unless they're only going to make 20 of these things. But I just don't.
I don't see them doing that a low number like that. I know that they qualify for that, but I think that they've got a marketing team over there going, whoa, wait a minute, we have got something here.
Right.
And we need to kind of readjust how we're approaching this. You want to save this to when you've got all these other competitors out there. You got the Lyric coming out. You've got, the Ford F-150 Lightning coming out. Potentially some of these new Tesla models next year. So if you've got your ducks in a row, and let's say you've got the capability of putting 300 out immediately, I'd do it. I would do it, and I would start taking orders like crazy and just let it fund it, man. Just move along.
Well, and this may not really change anything in their production timeline. They're just promising to move up the first complete look.
Right.
So that's not necessarily in person, right? Like the in person could still be Pebble Beach. It's literally they're going to probably show us pictures. Of that car sitting in a studio somewhere.
Could very well be. And again, remember they discussed a series of these models coming out. So this one that gets revealed at the end of May, on the 31st, is only going to be one model version of this. And that's the way I understand it. Is they're paying homage depending on traditional years down the back or whatever. I don't know.
As we know, Jay, there are three distinct models, right? Mm-hmm. There's one that runs on railroad tracks. There's one that flies, right? And then there's their traditional drive on pavement model, right?
Yeah.
That leaves the scorched, burning tire marks.
Yeah, that's the one I want. I want the drive on pavement one, man. But I'll buy one of the train ones just in case that James Bond moment I need to get out of harm's way. Man, I'll jump on it. But yeah, I'm excited for DeLorean. I think it's great. I mean, you and I both have been we've been spot on with how the excitement has been surrounding this particular automobile, and the fact that it came out as an EV when we both said on a prior podcast that if they're smart, they'll make this an all-electric vehicle, and boom. I mean, I'm not surprised that we predicted that correctly. I'm just excited as all get out for this thing to come out. So wait until May 31, guys, and it'll be coming to a computer near you because
get it here. Yeah,
I suspect this thing is going to be a dealers to consumer type situation, just like a Tesla is. So. Manufacturer to consumer. So there you go.
I hate to say I told you so.
Oh. So just make sure you're subscribed, and we'll be all over this. I promise you guys. Hit the subscribe button over on YouTube. The podcast is, of course, on our website at partscounterguru.com. Click the podcast link, and you'll find out. Either one of those will get you the info.
Heck yeah. Tell you what.